So we're seeing a lot of products in the marketplace. I mean, it just seems like every time you open up a magazine or you check your email, there's some new product offering, all promising to do very interesting things. Um, do you think that as consumers of technology, and all of us are consumers of technology, do you think that perhaps we're not thinking necessarily about, or maybe we're putting a little too much trust in those companies that are providing those goods and services and products, that we haven't necessarily thought about what are the risks around these products, and how do we use them appropriately? You think we've become a little too trusting and maybe a little less aware because we're surrounded by so much technology in our phones, our homes, and in our daily life.
I think, it's a combination, I think, of two factors. Trust is one of it, right? Where we give people the benefit of the doubt on how things are working. And, I truly believe everybody's coming from a good place whenever it is that they're, introducing something new or bringing a new technology to the field, or that they're trying to implement. So they're trying to do the right thing. But the systems are so complex nowadays, and the integration between what we've got in our environment and how many times they go down the chain, right? Their supply chain themselves might be relying on 3 different types of technology coming from 3 different companies, and unfortunately, if one of them has a problem, the entire chain is then at risk, right? So the level of complexity attached to, implementation nowadays is very difficult to understand, just, whether you've got full coverage on your security footprint or not. And I don't expect that to get easier. I will say that as time goes on, there's some interesting things that we'll see happen with AI and how it is that, some of those technologies will work in the environment where you might actually have a full technology stack that's built into one piece of technology, even if it's coming from different companies. And we'll see how that kind of goes. But in general, I really believe that is sort of our major problem, is the supply chain and the third-party integration with all of these different resources make it really difficult to know whether you're fully protected or not.